Hey, hello, hi, welcome everybody back to a new video. So if you guys are familiar with this channel, you guys already know that we review a bunch of handheld consoles already, ranging from the 3DS to the GBA to even the Vita. But one of the things I've been noticing is I haven't really reviewed any of the more aftermarket handhelds that are out there. There is a huge market of just different emulation handhelds made by some other third-party Chinese companies. I have reviewed the Miyoo Mini Plus, which I actually don't even have anymore, albeit being in a short, and I kind of just went over the main things about it but never really going in depth on it, and that was actually paid for with my own money, and I just went and flipped it after making the video. But the guys over at Mech DIY helped sponsor this video. These guys over at Mech DIY sent over this Anbernic RG353PS. I'm not exactly sure what the whole acronym is for, but this is actually a really nice feeling handheld. I'm gonna go more in depth on it and just show you guys what's the good, the bad, and the ugly of it, and you know, seeing if maybe this is the right handheld for you. They had went and sent over the clear purple one, which goes very nice with the other handhelds that I have over here. If you notice a pattern going on, I actually really like black or purple when it comes to my handhelds. So I don't know if they actually saw that on my channel or they just sent a random one in. I'm happy I got this color, and it's just so nice. I do kind of miss that clear black look that was with the Miyoo Mini Plus. I wish they had a clear black option, but this is still a good alternative to that. So there we go. I have already been using this thing a little over a month, so I've really been able to go and get some experience on it for myself. They had sent me over this box that came with it and this case. Let's go over the box real quick. Once you open it up, you usually would get your console in here and some manuals that are under here. It comes with some wipes, a screen protector, very nice. It's a tempered glass, so it's not some sticker looking thing, and of course you have your little manual in here. In the case that they had also sent, they had already included some wipes and some screen protectors, which I already went and put on this one, so I have some extra ones with this as well. But what I am noticing is this case does it does fit. It works just fine for this handheld. But what I'm noticing is that it's actually a 3DS XL case. Fits, you see, it fits just perfectly in there. So if we take a look at the build quality, this actually has some sort of good weight to it. My GBA is a lot lighter than this. Maybe it's around the same level as a Vita, or you know, if you're familiar with the 3DS XL, they're about the same weight, so there is some sort of heft to it. And if it wasn't already obvious enough, it's the same footprint as the SNES controller, just a bit bigger, which is pretty nice. I already like the look of these controllers. I really think that this handheld feels a lot more natural in the hand rather than the SNES control. You can see my fingers are kind of, you know, coming off of the back right here. My fingers are just resting right here on the bottom. Just really nice to hold in the hand. Take a look at the back here. There is some rubber sort of coating on here to kind of give you more of a grip. If I'm going to be honest, I'm not really sure if I like this sort of compromise they did. I think it would have been really cool if they had some sort of concave, like with the Xbox controller, how this kind of has some sort of concaving to go and get a better grip of it. It just feels like I should be holding a controller, but I feel like I'm holding a sort of slab. I guess they kind of realized that with this handheld, and they just slapped on some rubber stickers on here and call it a day. But I don't know, it's good enough. It would have been nice to kind of have that sort of design. The buttons feel okay. Honestly, I thought that the Miyoo Mini Plus's buttons felt a lot better, but Anbernic is actually really known for having hard to press buttons anyway, so it doesn't matter if you get one of the other Anbernic models, the buttons are always going to feel really, you know, a bit harder to touch than the Miyoo Mini Pluses. I think aesthetically this looks really nice. The layout of the entire thing is just great. You know, you have your data cable up here and your charging up here. I'm not sure why they went ahead and used two different ports for that. At least they made it look symmetrical on the top right here. We also have mini HDMI, so if you want to use it like a switch and connect it to your TV, that's possible. They don't ship that cable, so you're gonna have to buy your own. We have this reset switch. I never actually used this. It's a bit dented in, so I don't think that this button is something you're always going to want to be using. And then we also have our volume up and down, start, select, this menu button, and our power button. If we go to the bottom over here, we actually have not one but two different micro SD card slots. So this one actually is for our OS. It's a push. This one has 16 gigs with just our OS, and we go and put it back in. And this one has 128 gigs of just games that they ship in. So they included the games, not me. So, you know, I'm not really condoning any piracy, but I would recommend just getting your own SD card and putting your own games on it. And we also have these joysticks right here, which are pretty much just your standard Joy-Con joysticks. But I would say that this is actually a way more comfortable handheld. I was thinking of getting the vertical one. I forgot what it's called. It was like RG353PS, I think. And that one looked more like a Game Boy. I was gonna get that myself until they had sponsored me with this one. And comparing it to the vertical one, this feels a lot more ergonomic. So of course, this will be able to emulate your 8-bit, 16-bit, and some 32-bit games. You know, so everything ranging from the NES, the Game Boy, SNES, Nintendo 64 also runs on here. Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, you know, all those, you know, weaker sort of stuff. But the thing that's actually pretty cool about this system is that it can emulate DS games, Dreamcast games, and PSP games. These games alone are probably the main reason why you would pick this up over something smaller like the Miyoo Mini. And let me just tell you right now that the games run really great. So let's go and try out a DS game. You know, Internet Ivan, we're pretty much known for DS. I actually loaded up some Mario onto here. So let's go and try out New Super Mario Bros. So I'm sure you guys are wondering, how are you gonna go and play it like this? We actually have a solution to that. So if we go and press L2, you actually get to swap between the orientations, and you press R2, we have our top screen right there. So we could just go and press A. And like I said, I have been playing a bit on here already. I haven't really noticed any slowdowns on here so far. So I would actually rate this gameplay pretty good. This is a lower model. I think there's a different model, which is sort of more premium to this one specifically, which actually has touchscreen. But if you want to use touchscreen, you can see right here, we have a little stylus icon right there, similar to how they have it on the Wii. And to go, let's say, if you want to press something on the bottom, let's go and try to tap this, right? It doesn't take us to our world. So to actually use it, you have to go and press the left button. There we go. You can see that it chooses our different world. It does take some getting used to, but once you get the hang of it, it's not really that much of an inconvenience, especially when you're playing games like Pokemon or something, which don't really require that much touchscreen. But if you're going to be playing something like, say, Cooking Mama, or something like that, then you guys would want to be wary of that. But other than that, the games are pretty much playable on here. I have been playing some Dreamcast games on here. So if we go and load up Sonic Adventure 2, gameplay is actually pretty much flawless on, you know, games like Sonic Adventure. I haven't noticed any sort of slowdown. So if you're buying this to just solely play Sonic Adventure on the go, this, I would highly recommend doing that. Go over to another game on the PSP. Let's go and launch up GTA Vice City Stories. I'm pretty sure is a game that most people on here will want to play. So I do notice that the resolution of this game is a little bit blurrier than usual. So of course, as you can see, our console is 4:3. They had to go and downscale it a bit to be in 16:9. It isn't too much of a problem when you're actually playing the game. Controlling this game isn't too bad. I don't notice any sort of hiccups so far, at least. So if you're going to be buying this to play games like the Dreamcast or the PSP, I would definitely recommend it because they run pretty well. Like games like this, just, I don't know, they just look really nice. I love the pixel density on here. And it helps a lot for fighting games that there's a joystick, so I can go and pull out some pretty good combos without worrying about the D-pad too much. But like I said earlier, the D-pad is pretty hard to use, especially just because of how mushy and like how much force you kind of have to put into it. So if you're going to be playing games like, you know, SNES or something like that, I'm not really sure if this is the console for you. So my final thoughts on this, this is a very good console that I've been spending a lot of my time sinking a few hours into. I love the ergonomics of it. I do think that they can improve a bit on the ergonomics of where you hold it right here and just a bit on the buttons. And other than that, I would say that this console is near perfect. Like, it plays all the games that you would ever really want to play. This is such a capable handheld, and I would really recommend it for those who really want to play 3D games. The screen is just really nice, and I'm happy that I'm able to put it in my collection of handhelds right here. Make sure to check out the rest of the consoles on Mech DIY. Make sure to check out the consoles over at Mech DIY. Not only do they have this specific console, but they also have a lot of other different consoles ranging from the Anbernics to the Miyoo Mini Plus and to, you know, and pretty much every other quality handheld that you would ever want to get. If you guys liked what you saw, make sure to leave a like and check out some more of my other content, and also subscribe because that really helps out the channel a lot, and also follow our different TikTok and Instagram pages. And again, special thanks to Mech DIY for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.